Welcome to another episode of Tunnel Dave. Bit of a recap, because I've been digging for 6 months now. This is the old army well I found in my back garden. I then made this staircase, and obviously that continues all the way down the bottom. We'll go down there another time if you want to have a look. Here's my doorway into the bunker. I made this bunker 10 years ago. So if we go in here, go inside the bunker, you can see in here we've got the air pump at the back, Jim, the Great Escape air pump. As you can see here, with the Range Rover Wiper motor powering it along, replica of the Great Escape air pump. If we go around here, got the boring machine here. We made this in part 2, using a treadmill. We used that for the first 10 foot of the dig, then found a better way afterwards. So we continue now down to the tunnel, and that's it. So the tunnel, we've been digging for 6 months, like I said. All these sections here, cutting them all out as we went along with a plasma cutter, folding them on the press brake, and then eventually we got to the 16-foot point in the tunnel here, and we escaped with Colin first.
First off, Dave squeezed up and pushed his spade through the surface.
Then I've made this lift setup here, which takes all the gravel out, and we'll bring my beer barrels in afterwards. Hopefully in this episode we find out whether we can actually build this bunker for the planning permission and all that lot. I'm still waiting to find out, but in the meantime I've been doing some digging, so let's start there. So we start off where we left off on the last one, finish off the sump section with a new pump in, obviously fitting the railway track supports on here now. We've got the sump pump under there, we've got to put an angle piece in the corner, which is here. That'll join like that. But then what I've got to do is go all the way down here, remove this railway track and put this pipe inside it. What a job. Right, that's all the track out, all the way down the tunnel up. So I can thread this pipe in now. Inside, look, see that? And work my way back along on the trolley and fasten it all back in. So this is foot number 25 going in. I should have dig this corner out here, but it's the middle of the day. I don't normally dig in the middle of the day, but I've managed to find myself a bit more time. So at the moment I've got a big cutting job on. If you look here, the Swifty is cutting away some 6mm plate. Now that's going to take an hour and a half. I just need to monitor it a little bit. But I've got the CCTV camera on, so therefore I can watch it in the tunnel while I dig. So that's the 25-foot section in. And here's Swifty, look, grafting away still. Well, I'm digging the 27-foot. And I found something interesting finally. Apart from a few nice little rocks I found, which I can show you later, I found this area in this corner over here. Now, it's different colour, and it's really loose, tiny pebbles, look, right? But the main thing is, these are like roots in it. Now this has never been dug out before, so how old are them roots? So that's it, that's the root, which as far as I can work out is thousands or millions of years old. Someone can tell me in the comments, what do you think? But obviously this used to be a riverbed here, but this hasn't been excavated around here, so you know this is a long time ago. So we're cutting out some more tunnel strengthening sections, and you basically get 5 foot of tunnel per 8x4 sheet. So my plan is to sandwich this in between the next section. So they just join together and they slot together like that, look. So hopefully that'll make it a bit more square. This is that strengthener I've cut out. The idea is, if this isn't 90 degree in the corner, this is going to stiffen it up. It might not work, but give it a go, can't we? Obviously these will be removed again afterwards when I put each section in, but We can just see the scale of the operation here and how far out we are, can't we? Okay. Doesn't actually look that far out of square unless this is nowhere near here. So they must be square because that's just gone straight in. Digger John's back. Right, John? Yeah. I'll check this over here. This hoverboard cart is so good. It can finally stretch its legs now we're digging the 28-foot, can't it? Back already. This looks pretty cool where you can see the end. There's the lift. He's liking this bit of an evening job. Fill this in now. Okay. You might be wondering what's happening with Sports Dump. Give it a bit of a tap and see whether she will free a bit. Now hopefully we'll be digging out this bunker soon if the planning department make their mind up. So I've just changed the lift pump. Now it's the first start up, I'm not sure it's going to work or not, but let's try it. Genuinely, last time I ran it was about a month ago. That engine's mint. Whoops. So I've got an ignition coming later, but for now we have to start it in gear and try and stall it on the brake. Because that clutch is stuck solid. I thought it was time for a new sign. Hopefully that'll fit around the tunnel alright. Right, what do you think? Put these down the tunnel. Is that going to look good? A bit more like Great Escape, isn't it? All the lights down there. I think these are going to look good. Let's get them down the tunnel. Right, what do you reckon to the lights? I think they look alright. Time to get this swept up a bit in here. Everyone keeps moaning about the dirt, but obviously you do make quite a mess when you're carrying buckets down here that are overfull all the time. We've got a new sign, haven't we? Just to explain. Great Escape Tunnels, Tom, Dick and Harry, no longer. That's why we've called this one Dave, started in 2023. Bunker's 35 foot away, hopefully. While we're getting old relics running again, I thought I may as well try and get this thing running as well. I found the filter housing was cracked. I was struggling with air going in. I think I bled it up, but I tried yesterday, the battery went flat. So let's give it a try now.
That was close, wasn't it?
Let's try again.
Things are looking up, aren't they?
I'm 30 foot in. Have a look back here. Look how far it is. That is a big achievement. And the other thing is, I think that's about it for now, till I dig this big hole out behind, and then I can just break through. So let's have a bit of a celebration and go for see how fast we can go on the way out. Shall we go for it? Let's go. I bet you thought that was speeded up as well, didn't you? Let's measure how far we are down here and compare it to upstairs. Total underground length here from the edge of the tube in the well down to here, 47 foot exactly, right? That's not bad for underground area, is it? 47 foot we've got. So the tube up here is obviously smaller than the one up there, and we've got a 3.5 inch difference. You can see this blue rope here. This is the edge of the block work we're going to dig out to that Mark's marked out for us. 47 foot is here, so add 3.5 is here, so we're about here. So if we look here, 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 3.5 foot to go. But I'm digging on the outside of here with a 600 bucket, so there's only about 1.5 foot to go. So I need to dig that out next and then continue the tunnel along. 3 more subscribers and this can have its place on the wall at the 30 foot point. Right, you're all dying to know what's happening about this council job. So was I. So I've rang up and they've basically said you're fine to get on. No, they didn't say you're fine to get on. Planning permission will be passed next week, end of next week, which says it is set to be passed, which is all good. And that's not the modified version, that's the first version they said was too big an extension. All down to the fact my architect said they don't like the fact you built conservatory with no planning. Just say you're going to knock that down, which I am at some point. And that's it. So I can't really wait for the end of next week, so I've already started digging. So next video, hopefully this will all be excavated. See you soon. Thanks. Bye bye. Oh, just banged my elbow. I didn't want to do that.